Yasna 51. The first words of this Gatha may serve as a title, the good dominion. After two exordial stanzas in which Zarathustra prays for the coming of this dominion, which will bring happiness to the righteous, he asks where, when, and how will this be fulfilled? 4 through 7. What will be the fate of the wicked and that of the righteous? 8 through 10. He then enumerates both. First his enemies, the minion of the prince and the sacrificers, 12 through 15. Then his friends, Vishtaspa, the two Vogvas, his kinsmen, Madhyamaha, Shvetama, 16 through 19. He ends with 3 stanzas of prayer addressed to the united entities, 20 through 22. The good dominion brings happiness to the righteous. Men must declare themselves for it, and Zarathustra works to prepare for it. It's coming. 1. The dominion has been from the beginning in the possession of the wise Lord and the other lords. It is from him, therefore, that Zarathustra asks it. The Lord will grant it to him by virtue of his providence. Good mind 2. Where are the lords to be found who are the source of this bliss? Zarathustra asks, as if he does at the end of the Gatha of the Oxal, but in a longer series of questions which enumerate the first 5 entities of the hierarchy: the wise one, righteousness, best mind, holy devotion, dominion. 4. 1. The good dominion must be man's choice. It brings the most precious fate to him who acts with zeal. The right shall he attain the sovereign good for his deeds, O wise one. This will I now accomplish for ourselves too. Therefore, O wise Lord, appoint me the dominion, which from the beginning has been in your possession, thine and of righteousness, and thine, O devotion. Your kingdom of salvation let him who prays attain through the good mind. 4. Where shall enjoyment be found instead of pain? Where forgiveness? Where shall righteousness be attained? Where is holy devotion? Where is the best mind? Where are thy dominions, O wise one? Will the righteous one, the herdsman of goodwill and upright deeds, who fears the Lord, receive the ox, the source of prosperity? The Lord has promised supreme good to those who obey him, the greatest evil to the others for the last turning point of existence, and he is the master of these 2 rewards. From him, therefore, Zarathustra asks bliss for the hour of judgment. For he, as the Holy Spirit, is the creator of terrestrial prosperity, ox, waters, and plants, and can, therefore, through his providence, good mind, give mankind the entities belonging to this prosperity, immortality, integrity, with strength and endurance. 7. Having thus prayed for himself, Zarathustra will now present to the initiates the picture of the contrasting fate destined for the righteous and the wicked, so that they may enjoy the same happiness. 8. He asks for a manifest, indubitable revelation of this fate by a sign. He knows that separation will be made by a test of fire and molten metal. 9. 5. All this I ask, shall he receive from righteousness the ox, the herdsman of goodwill and upright deeds, obedient to the Lord of the 2 rewards, who promised to the pure, just protector. 6. And who, even the wise Lord, as the dominion, appoints the best of the good to him who fulfills his will, but the worst of the bad to him who shall not obey him at the last turning point of existence. 7. O wise one, thou who, as the most Holy Spirit, didst make the ox and the waters and plants, give me immortality, integrity, strength, and endurance with a good mind at the judgment. 8. That I will speak, O wise one, for one must speak of it to the initiate, both of the evil which threatens the wicked one, and of the bliss of him who upholds righteousness, for with joy does the prophet speak of this to the initiate. 9. What reward thou hast appointed to the 2 parties, O wise one? Through thy bright fire and through the molten metal, give a sign of it to the souls of men, to bring hurt to the wicked, benefit to the righteous. He himself submits in advance and implicitly to the destruction by the ordeal should he deserve it. But anybody who tries to destroy him for any other reason is wicked. He implores the reward of righteousness. 10. No doubt he also friends on whom he can count, who are with him on the side of righteousness, devotion, and good mind, having intercourse with the former two, and partaking of the favors of the latter in its sacrament. Who are they? 11. Certainly not the minion of the prince, for he has refused the prophet and his beast of burden, hospitality, in the cold of winter. Perhaps this happened at a particularly troublesome crossing, a mountain gorge, who we do not know exactly. In the case, Zarathustra awaits him at another bridge, the bridge of the separator. This time it is he, the minion, who will tremble, but with fear, like every wicked one who has strayed from the path in his conscience and by his deeds. By the parallelism of the expression, bridge of the winter, bridge of the separator, Zarathustra has strikingly linked the misdeed with the punishment, a sufficient reason for choosing the first of the two expressions copied from the other as a description of the place of the misdeed. 12 and 13. 10. He who seeks to destroy me for whatever other cause than this, he, O wise one, is the son of the creation of evil, and evil doing therefore to mankind. Righteousness do I call to me to bring good reward. 11. What man is Zarathustra's sworn friend, O wise one, who has taken the counsel of righteousness? Who was he through holy devotion? Who has been mindful in uprightness of the sacrament of the good mind? 12. The minion of the sorcerer prince at the bridge of the winter offended Zarathustra Spatama by refusing him shelter, him and his beast of burden who came to him shivering with cold. 13. Thus does the evil one's conscience forfeit the assurance of straight path. His soul stripped naked shall be afraid at the bridge of the separator, having strayed from the path of righteousness by its deeds and those of his tongue. Among his enemies there are equally the sacrificers, who, instead of tending the ox, cause its suffering. May they learn from the Lord what punishment awaits them in the house of evil. 14. By contrast of these last two words, Zarathustra evokes the house of song, where the wise one awaits the righteous. The prophet has promised it to them as the fruit of their sacramental union with the major entities. 15. One of these beneficiaries is Prince Vishnauspa. The sacrament has conferred on him the good power, the dominion, providence, good mind, has led him to the doctrine of the righteousness conceived by the Lord. The conditions for the renewal exist. It only remains to wish for its realization. 16. Zoroaster's second partisan is Thrasastra of the Hogwa family. May the Lord support him in his zeal for the good religion, so that he may attain righteousness. 17. The third is Jamaspa, his brother. He has adopted the doctrine of righteousness. May he, through good mind, obtain dominion, perhaps. May providence support him in the exercise of power, for Jamaspa, so tradition tells us, was the minister of the prince. 18. 14. The sacrificers do not submit to the rule and ordinance of husbandry, for the suffering which they cause to the ox. Reveal the judgment which shall at the end consign them to the house of evil for their deeds and judgments. 15. The house of the songs Zarathustra promised to the men of the sacrament as their gain. The wise Lord was the first that entered it. It was promised to him, to you, with all its blessings for your good mind and your righteousness. 16. Prince Vishnauspa, with the dominion of the sacrament, in the ways of the good mind has attained the doctrine which the wise Lord has conceived as righteousness. May it be accomplished according to our wish. 17. Thrasastra Hagva has shown me his own self dedicated to the good faith. May the wise Lord in his might make it dear to him, so that they may achieve possession of righteousness. 18. Jamasta Vagva, seeking to gain the dominion of the good mind, has accepted this doctrine together with righteousness as the full measure of possession. Grant me, wise Lord, let thy support be theirs. The fourth partisan is Mad Yamaha of the Prophet's family. Stanza 19 is probably to be put into the mouths of listeners. This man is the Prophet himself. Zarathustra, together with a kinsman, has suggested to Vishtaspa that he should preach the proper conduct in life to his subjects. Zarathustra speaks in turn and asks for the united entities for the support which they have promised to those who worship them. 20. Man's action counts for something. When he is inspired by devotion, he is holy, i.e. powerful. He increases righteousness. Inversely, the wise Lord, through his good mind, grants him dominion. 21. Zarathustra therefore knows to whom to address his worship of the Lord and to the eternal entities who have been and are. 22.